Here we go again on my own. Going down the only road I've ever known. Wait, I probably have it still linked. No, I don't. Never mind. Okay. Okay. Wow. That's a lot of split streams, that's for sure. That's gonna be annoying. I wonder if there's a way that I could like merge multiple videos together. I mean, I guess I could do it manually in Premiere. All right. Here we go, I guess. October 19th, 3:27 p.m. Wright and Company Law Offices. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. Maya! So, what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow. Good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. So it's the last day. October 19th, Global Studios main gate. The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think our guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Woo! She's alive. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. She always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Sal Manella, the director? Sal? He's soft, a pushover, does whatever Vasquez tells him to do. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't, Maya. How about Mr. Hammer? Arrgh. I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You'd drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it, calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Power's costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2. Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him. Like the director. Or the producer. Good question. My stream should be still going. I'm gonna check to see if there's any participants in here. Doesn't seem like there are any right now. Alright. Let's check outside Studio 2 then. Oh, it's Steve Vasquez. Hey Nick, it's Ms. Vasquez. Hello. 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 Maya. You should at least try to be more polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder, and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really taking me off. Oh, dear. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My Fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it. Oh, dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh. Oh, dear. She's not saying anything. Might as well go to the trailer. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Hey, at least we can examine the trailer a little bit. This is where they had that meeting. There are documents and paper cups scattered around. It looks like they were designing a set to use for the Steel Samurai show. They've got some figures for how much the set costs. I can't believe they spend that much money on those sets. An old movie poster. A singing samurai starring Jack Hammer. What the hell did samurai sing about? Chopping off heads? Oh my god, that movie was the best. It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune. Mr. Hammer was a very accomplished singer, you know. Singing samurai stars. What's next? Ninja ballet? Alright. Samurai Summer, starring Jack Hammer. The poster's quite old. Wow, it's been years since I saw that show. It was one of those typical summer romance stories, but it was great. A typical summer romance. With the samurai on a horse? An old movie poster. Dynamite Samurai starring Jack Hammer. I guess Mr. Hammer used to be quite the star. Trash bin. Nothing in here that could be a clue. Just some paper cups and crumpled documents. Glass is frosted. I can't see outside. This far into October, the dimming daylight makes it feel like winter's coming. Oh, nothing in the trailer. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. Yep. Alright. Let's see what else is here. Wrong one. Oh, October 19th. Global Studios employee area. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming, just one more time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there's any other clues lying around. Yeah. No, no, no. No touching. Eek. Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean? I almost had a heart attack. I guess I can be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatic indeed. Ahem. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. So you're looking for traces of sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination. I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there's traces of it, it'll change color. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Jumpshoe, what are you waiting for? No, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Steak plate added to the court record. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. And some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I'd buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I kind of feel bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How is Edgeworth doing, anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed this paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth, crushing paper cups. Cups, bottles. Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some news for you about that. They found the victim, Jackhammer's prints on the bottle. So that means, yep, it sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Sleeping pill added to the court record. Let's go to the dressing room. October 19th, Global Studios dressing room. Empty dressing rooms like this are kind of lonely, aren't they? I'm sure Mr. Powers will be back soon. He'll be fine. Yeah. There's a box for snacks on the table. They must give these to the employees. It's completely empty. I can feel Maya's eyes burning into the back of my neck. Mr. Powers' bag. I hope WP can come pick it up himself soon. So soon. There are some regular suits among the costumes here. Must be his own clothes. No, we can be pretty sure WP did take a nap here, like you said. I'm not sure being drugged counts as taking a nap. Hmm. Nothing at the trailer. Examine that table. This is where Salmonella and D. Vasquez ate. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. Something wrong? I don't know. I'm getting this funny feeling. Something about this just feels odd, you know? Can't say that I do. I'm going to the detention center. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Well, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes, though there's not really anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Time to ask Willpower some questions. Could you tell me more about Ms. Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella? Oh, he used to be minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Sal Manella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? Is my stream public? It should be, yeah. I didn't unlist it or anything. Oh no. Is YouTube down? Hi, Psycho Wolf. I guess you can actually see the stream. Never mind. I was just getting a little worried, that was all. But it seems like we're fine. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where Crazy Barry went. I stopped the stream for a little bit to go get some lunch. Maybe he hasn't seen my update, or maybe he had to go do something else. You missed a fair amount, though. We questioned the kid, and then he gave us a photo that revealed that the murder did not happen at Studio 1, but happened at Studio 2. Okay, but then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh. Yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to the sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Ms. Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. Here, I'll show you the photo. Just because it's, like, huge evidence. If I can find it. The photo might have been taken, actually. Never mind. Oh yeah, and there's some other information too. Um, this was a sleeping pill bottle. Apparently, Will was drugged by none other than Jack Hammer, the victim. He put the sleeping pills in Will's food, and that's how Will fell asleep. And then Jack Hammer ended up wearing the Steel Samurai costume. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it? That's what we have to find out. Oh yeah, and then Maya transformed into Mia again. At least during the last court case. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is. What? Was Maya always this excitable? This is actually a pretty good recap for you. Well, have you noticed anything that might help us? I can't see what's going on when Mia is here, so no, I haven't noticed anything. Right. Maybe we should go talk to WP. WP. Powers, right. Well, I already spoke to him. So, that's covered. I'll head back to the studio, I guess. Oh, she's not saying anything else. Can I present her with anything? Hey, you look. Why are you showing that to me, Nick? She's not even, like, considering that evidence. Nothing in here. Alright. Is the camera on? No. Miss Oldbeck, what do you think of this? Think? I'm not in the mood for thinking. Thank you very much. What? Get that filth out of my sight. And you're claiming that's poor old Hammer in there? And I thought you were such an innocent youth. Bah. I'm guessing you know as much about that as... I'm guessing I know as much about that as you do, pal. I.e. nothing. It's looking like Will Powers was drugged. I'm going to go back to the precinct to do some more detailed tests. Oh, man. I should have just presented it to Gumshoe. Okay. You're being very free with your information today, Detective. Well, don't go telling anyone this, pal. But I was kind of impressed at today's trial, too. Most lawyers would have given up after that director's testimony. I think if it had been anyone but you up there, Powers would be done for by now. Detective, about that bottle. Well, talk about embarrassing, pal. I can't believe I missed that on my first sweep for evidence. Don't know how I can apologize to Mr. Edgeworth. It must be tough being a detective with all that responsibility. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? I was just cleaning up the dressing room. Guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP is innocent. Yeah, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But this week is the last episode of the Steel Samurai. What? No. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Ms. Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt. You know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set? What was that? Was that trailer part of the film set then? What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know, it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. Also, I hear the studios is going to change its programming. They don't make kid shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad. That's what Global Studios decided. Why aren't they going to make kid shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget this all ever happened. They want it quiet. You understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. Yeah. I think evidence, rather than words, is called for here. Here, take a look at this. Path to Glory. And this is... a fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. Well, what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay? Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Welcome back, Psycho Wolf. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Ms. Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Hammer? And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Ms. Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then.
They were all afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? His old bag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks. We'll try asking her if she'll talk. I'm guessing Oh no, Gumshoe still is here. Okay, cool. Well, time to talk to Old Bag. Well, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darnest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Nichols. Nick. Penny Nichols. Alright. I think we're back. Man, today has had a lot of crashing, that's for sure. Alright. Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that. And the recently departed, no less. Oh. Oh, okay. I suppose you think this is fun. Alright. Back again. No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes. So, this is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. Ha. I bet Powers put it in there himself. Even a lightweight like him must have trouble sleeping sometimes. Except, I have proof that Mr. Hammer put the pills in. Right. Fingerprints. This bottle contains sleeping pills, and Mr. Hammer's fingerprints were found on the bottle. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. His old bag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Ms. Oldbag, you're right. 5 years ago there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant to harm anyone. Ms. Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Ms. Oldbag. Here, take this. A photograph. Oh, man. That's the incident. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. 5-year-old photo added to the court record.
Well, I guess we can present the evidence of the incident. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well, old bag. Old? She means the security lady, Ms. Oldbag, Nick. Right. Anyway, Ms. Vasquez, you heard this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more. Inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. Well, I guess we're going inside the trailer. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Ms. Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids' shows for petting change. So I'm a blackmailer now? Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour on its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident. Accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you provide it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years on a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me, now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. Whoa. Mafia guys. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? Here we go again. Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that, where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No. No. Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me, now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just, I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, Looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Here we go again. Next court scene. October 20, 10 a.m. District Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems to be a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Ms. D. Vasquez to the stand. Ms. D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I entered the trailer a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Mr. Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you. The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, with that monkey's head toppling over. Van added to the court. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. I entered the trailer. Oh, a little before noon. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth, and please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4. The rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. Yeah, because Edgeworth also hit his desk. Alright. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this, Sal? No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence she didn't eat that steak, Nick, find anything? I kind of wish she said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some sort of contradiction in what she said. If you were fatigued, that kind of lines up with the photo. Might be too early to present this, though. Yep, that's not the right one. The meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I'm gonna press her again. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. But what evidence could I have that she didn't eat the steak? Steak plate, huh? Ha, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone had been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will. Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Ms. Vasquez? Tell me how a person can eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone. I think I know how. You ate the bone too? You ate a boneless steak? No, you didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. That was when Ms. Vasquez... What Ms. Vasquez was doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak. She ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use a heavy spear as a weapon? I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. Can you prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon? Because the spear was broken. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon, not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was a security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well. Let's see this murder weapon then. Oh. Okay, it's one of two things. It's either the 5-year-old photo or the van. Pretty sure it was the 5-year-old photo, actually. Look at this photo. Oh, it's right here. Yep. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order. Order. If I cannot have order, this trial would be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? The photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very incident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Ms. D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence, just like Mr. Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died the same way that he caused another man to die 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Ho ho, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and then returned to the trailer, all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? "15 minutes is kind of a short amount of time. You see? Even I cannot do the impossible. Therefore, Mr. Wright, I didn't do it. Agreed? Not agreed. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than her own hands? For instance, actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for her to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Well, this is obvious. It's in the van. Ms. Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Objection! Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? A conspirator? Of course, Sal Manella had to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Ms. Vasquez could have done that alone. Alright, here we go again. I win. So what happens next? Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez? So was it you? You killed Jack Hammer? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. As a result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? What? Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Mr. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you got no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Ms. Vasquez, you did it. That wasn't a question. Did you do it? No. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I'm not sure that question helped the court get any closer to a verdict. What do I do now? I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? No one to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. Damn. To come so far, only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Ms. Vasquez. Edgeworth! Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see, very well. Your Honor, I requested the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Ms. Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Verily, I say. Ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But... Wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth. Yeah. It's probably because I keep disconnecting. Yeah. It seems like whenever I relaunch the stream, I get another notification, or I give another notification out. And it's not even like I'm trying to do that. I just keep disconnecting and then reconnecting. Must be doing it that way. I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, and Powers showed up. The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick. We're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need to twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, and Powers showed up. The security lady, old bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna press her. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in the costume with Salmonella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy. Witness will continue her testimony. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember. Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm. You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body, and one person was missing, right? Alright. Very well, Ms. Vasquez, you may continue. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. The security lady, old bag, was quite agitated, pointing to Powers. Wait. Of course, hold it. What was everyone else doing at the time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. We stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry I'm late. And then silence. Dead silence. Silence. Hey Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. The security lady, old bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. Old bag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said it's because she saw him going towards the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers basically solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems also to have given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. It has to be left out of the proceedings. It has to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that. Meaning, we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you, or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot riding on it, with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Very well, Ms. Vasquez, please continue. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Think. Ms. Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know the murder before... about the murder before going to Studio One. Order. Mr. Edgeworth. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Ms. Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured. I couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal the director. You have to find something to peg this on her here. Or everything we've done now will have been wasted. I love that nickname, Edge Boy. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending. One person was injured in the run through that morning. The other person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Ms. Vasquez. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah. And when was he doing this? Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Ms. Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order, order. I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak your way out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Okay, I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to court evidence Ms. Vasquez's motive in the murder. Again, it's the 5-year-old photo. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Ms. Vasquez? 5 years ago, the Hammer was at the height of his fame. Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day, 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed on him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Ms. Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Ms. Vasquez's motive for murder. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Ms. Vasquez did was push him off the stairs. In self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Ms. Vasquez. Oh, man. What? Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ms. Vasquez, what? What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Ms. Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No, how could this... It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and no, Manuel, don't touch him. Ms. Vasquez, no. Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and as collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural. not a miracle. Yes. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. That is all. The court is adjourned. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Ms. Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? This is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put blame on you because... It's because you were the Steel Samurai. It's because I was the Steel Samurai. Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids show, and as a villain to boot. The kids love the Steel Samurai. And so, he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him anytime. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm glad it's all over. So am I. Oh, so am I. Okay. That was not a question. Congratulations, WP. Oh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick, Edgeworth. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say, I didn't expect to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now we are. I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick. Tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? And so, the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change, and they went back to making kids shows again. Pink Princess. Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're gonna watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We'll have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. And that's the end of the chapter. A brand new episode has been added. Turnabout Goodbyes. Man, is it? It's turnabout everything, isn't it? Hold up. Can I go back? I didn't mean to actually press that. I was like trying to scroll through. But yes, I do want to save. Okay. The first turnabout. Then Turnabout Sisters. Turnabout Samurai. Okay, so it's a turnabout everything, yeah. Turnabout Goodbyes is the next episode. That was definitely a fun episode. Although it's going to be very annoying that I have so many separate videos archived. I don't think there's a way that I can just combine them, unfortunately. I hope there is, like, a way that I could do that, like, through YouTube automatically. Because I don't want to have to, like, go through and, like, render all those videos together into one. That'd be pretty annoying. But we'll see. Anyway. This was a fun stream. What time is it? It's almost 10 o'clock now. Wow. So that episode took me, like, probably about 6 hours to finish, I guess. It was a long one, but it was definitely a lot of fun. Hi, Gaztech. How long have you been here for? It's good to see you again, buddy. I don't think I'm going to play any more of this game, though. Not for now. I think I'm done with Phoenix Wright. I see Hideo Kojima is trending on Twitter. Apparently Kanye West wants to meet Hideo Kojima. I guess Kanye West is a gamer or something, man. You know what? I really want to see more about that game. What was it called? Death Stranding? Is there new information about Death Stranding from the Game Awards? Oh, they got a release date. Is that it? No one knows what it's about. It's got it's got 4 trailers. I'm gonna check out the most recent one. Yeah, but the trailers don't make any sense. Da 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 da. Whatever, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm really curious about what's going on right here. Guy with the skull mask? What is that? What is that? What is this? This is so weird. Also, I want to like... Okay, hold up, hold up. This is just weird to me. I want to like mirror my camera because I'm like facing the other direction. Okay, that's better, I think. Wait, which way are my eyes facing? Now my eyes are facing that way. Okay, never mind. I'm switching back, actually. I'm just tricking myself, because whenever I look over here, it's that way. But no, it's that way. So I'm going to flip again. Okay. Let's see what this is about. What the hell is that thing? All you gotta do to... life is not get eaten. Okay, I am rewatching these trailers. Because this game is making me so curious right now. Okay. I'm watching the trailers 1 through 4 right now. So it definitely includes the E3 one. Like, this was probably posted, like, right after E3. I gotta understand what's going on here. Or at least get a bigger picture, a grasp on the idea of this. All I know is that you was carrying some sort of fetus. That's the baby. I guess it's not even a fetus. It's just a straight up baby, isn't it? Huh. And now the baby's invisible. Or was the baby even real? I don't even know. Man. This game is so trippy. It's weird. When does this game even come out? Like, they did get a release date at the Game Awards. Okay, Death Stranding. Okay. Hideo Kojima confirmed that it will be released before the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, so perhaps a 2019 release date is on the cards. It's either going to be released next year or it's going to be released in the first half of 2020. But man, this game is taking a long time to develop. That's pretty insane. Early 2019. Okay, the release date has not been announced officially. That's for sure. All we know is that it's going to come out before the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Who the hell is that guy? Clearly, I have not watched all the trailers. Because I have not seen these first few. I saw the E3 one, but I didn't see the others. Definitely didn't see this one, that's for sure. What's the guy carrying? Is it also a baby? Or is it something else? This game was in development right after Metal Gear Solid 5. I believe that. And there's the baby. And the baby's awake. I thought that thing was to, like, protect the baby, but maybe it's to keep the baby imprisoned or something? Well, you gotta hand it to them. They are creative. And this looks really interesting. Yep. This is absolutely creative. Nobody is doubting that. Whether this will be a good game or not. I mean, a lot of people have respect for Kojima's work, but I mean, this is certainly out there. I think people are just trying to understand what this game is, at least right now. But don't forget, people got hyped up for a bunch of other games too, like No Man's Sky and Destiny, and all these other different titles that looked really good in the trailers, and then ended up falling flat. Now, I'm not saying this game is going to be like that. I'm just saying, we don't know what to expect. Ugh. That eye twitching is disturbing. God, these games look so realistic. Oh man, the graphics on that game look amazing. Is Kojima like waiting for the PS5 to come out so this game can come out on PS5? I imagine that it'll probably be released on both the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Maybe that's why this game is taking so long.
Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave birth to time and space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which set a planet spinning in that space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
Three trailers in, we finally meet the main character of the game, the protagonist. How do these games look so realistic? It's crazy. Like, the graphics over time get so much better. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, like, how they can make the hardware so efficient. I assume this is going to be it's going to be a PS4 exclusive. But it might also come out on PS5. But they show these trailers, like, probably through PC engines or something. It's amazing, like, how far they've come. And, like, the best graphics that you see are not at the beginning of the cycle. It's at the end of the cycle. Like, The Last of Us looks incredible. Or at least it looked incredible at the time. And then when you went to the PS4, it didn't seem like much of an upgrade. But now you look at this, and it's way better than The Last of Us. This, like, these visuals are phenomenal. And I'm thinking, like, at the end of the PS5 life cycle, they're going to be so much better than this. And it's hard for us to wrap our brains around it until we see it. It's slow progression over time, but it keeps happening. And that's like some sort of detector, I think, for that evil beast creature thing. That gun is not going to help him. Oh man. Yeah, I did see The Last of Us Part 2 trailer. Unless there's a new one. I don't think there was one shown at the Game Awards though. I think the last one was at E3. What the hell happened? Did he just shoot himself? No, he tried to shoot and he missed, I guess. Yeah, there's no way he's reaching that gun. What is he, like, trying to kill himself? This game is so weird, man. It's so weird. You know, I think I know why I didn't watch Death Stranding. Like the trailer of it. It's because that scene freaked me out so much. Like the baby inside of him. It was so disturbing and so disgusting to me. I think that's even... I mean, there's a lot of other things to be, like, disturbed and disgusted about. But that was huge. Man. Yeah, I think now I'm kind of just more amazed by everything else that's going on. Weirded out and sometimes disgusted, but definitely amazed.
A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion. An explosion that will be our last.
So it's like a second Big Bang or something?
Ah, yeah.
And then this happens again, except that time it's a butt first. And then the head. Weird, gross, disturbing.
Sam Porter preaches. The man who delivers. Chiromancy. So, you have dooms, like me. What's your level?
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
Ugh.
You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries. That's all.
He makes deliveries. Man, this world looks so huge and expansive and cool. What does he mean though, that he makes deliveries? Like he delivers babies? Ouch. His body's really torn up. Seems like you're delivering other things than just a baby. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I'm not watching that. Ugh. I'm guessing that guy tore up his own toenail. I didn't look. I wasn't about to look. Ugh. Oh, man. That is absolutely disgusting. Why does this game have to look so cool, but yet be so gross? It's not fair. Man, I can't believe people had to animate that scene. And who is she? She was that voice earlier in the trailer, wasn't she? Oh, shoot. That's the monster creature thing. It's invisible. And I guess it doesn't see, but it hears or something. Yeah, I am pretty squeamish.
Headed into town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The time fall fast forwards whatever it touches, but it can't wash everything away. The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
Sam, what's your status? Chiralium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Can you sit out the rain?
No, they're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea.
Man. So that tracking technology, I'm guessing it like detects the creatures or something? So he can sense where they are with it on him at a safe distance. So it is like a horror survival game. Like, you gotta stay away from those creatures. Whatever they are. And that looks like a gameplay scene of him being dying. Or being, yeah. It does kind of seem similar to Metal Gear Solid, doesn't it? Like, it seems like it's very stealth-based. Very stealth-based.
You're too late.
It's probably gonna have a great soundtrack, too.
Who are you?
Like, because this game is gonna be so very based on sounds. Sound seems to be a big theme in the game. I wonder if this is one of those games where you could play it like if you were blind or if you were blindfolded. Like, maybe because the sound design in this game is incredible. And I think that's something I really didn't catch on to either. But yeah, like that tracking thing. It makes a certain noise and it speeds up whenever there are enemies nearby. So yeah, that seems pretty similar. Pretty similar to that. So I gotta say, very, very impressive. I'll give it that much. I am pretty excited to see what that game is about when it comes out. I mean, it didn't officially get announced for a release date yet. I think they're probably holding back until they can get, like, a better idea on it. And they might also want to wait until the PS5 announcement comes out, which I think will be coming out next year. I think the PS5 might release in 2020. So I wouldn't be surprised if the game actually got released in 2020 and not 2019. It seems like they're really taking their sweet time on that game. Anyway, I think I'm done with this for now. Oh, shoot. So Flying S'more just uploaded a video of Ratchet reacting to reactors like ketamine. I guess maybe he, like, was watching the stream and he recorded it or something. Pretty dope. I'm gonna check that out. I'll see you guys later. Hope you guys have a good night. I'm gonna try and get to bed early so I can get more sleep. I haven't been able to go to the gym or really do anything, so it's kind of been depressing just sitting here. And yes, I will watch it. What, do you want me to watch it on stream? Do you want me to watch Ratchet react to reactors like ketamine on stream? Okay, I admit, that does sound pretty cool now that I say it. Alright, fine. Fine. I won't end the stream just yet. Especially with those angry face emojis. Alright. Let's see what we got going on here. Because I did miss this. I saw part of the stream, but I didn't see him react to reactors like ketamine. So I want to see this now.
Why am I all of a sudden watching y'all stuff? Oh yeah, I've seen some of this. Reactors like s'mores. I didn't see that ketamine. Why you got me looking like that? I don't know why you got me looking like that though. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Here we go.
I didn't see this. Let me see. Well, hold on.
Well, let's do it, shall we?
Okay, maybe I gotta turn it down a little bit.
Let me see it. Oh my god. Flying Shark. Like when he does stuff like that, yeah. Hold on. What video is this? With the big box. What am I unboxing?
It's like a Japan crate or
Ooh,
something, I think.
That's an old ass video. It's my glasses. That's an old ass video. What am I unboxing? It's very kind of you to say Ratchetness or Ratchet Noble Wolf because that's what I go by nowadays. That's very kind of you to do that. But you know, obviously everybody knows me as Ratchetness, but no, I mean I'm Noble Wolf today, so I just put it together. Ratchet Noble Wolf.
Ketamine, a hydrochloride tranquilizer used in veterinary practice for the sedation of animals and reptiles.
I mean, this part was kind of taken from Pony's anthology.
The boy Gummy. It's gonna be weird when I react to MLP again. Y'all see.
Injected intravenously
When he reacts to MLP again? I didn't hear that.
effects in humans.
That's some. You saw that string? That's a sticky ass s'more.
In virus form. Extreme state of euphoria.
Yeah.
Hallucinations.
Oh come on!
Body experiences.
Come on!
Dangers.
I'm not that overweight.
Psychosis. Permanent loss of senses.
Yeah! I remember that video.
And even death.
Look at me. You had that gaming, you had that dancing video. I had that, yeah, I did that.
It was great from even the start, though.
Yeah.
Is for horses, you dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah. Look at Alex. So you're taking all of our clips, the crazy things that we did. Lord, look at Pinus like.
Oh man.
Look at this thing. No, no. Oh my God. Look at them. Let's get crunk. That's exactly what it looked like. Oh yeah, there I go.
That is for horses, you dumb motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I haven't made a video like that in years. Alex, I could dance, yo. Alex, I could dance. Yeah. This is good. This editing is off the chain. I remember it, yeah. I need to do that. I need to do
Harlem Shake.
Yeah, that's wild. Pop, dude. This is old.
Mm-hmm. Okay, admittedly, like, there were only a couple of clips of the anthology in there.
For the record, y'all, that was sugar. That wasn't what you thought it was. That Applejack was off the chain. I'm glad I watched that one. I saw some of your s'mores though. I didn't see this. It's ketamine. That was good. Age restricted. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. Oh no! I don't know. Hopefully YouTube don't trip because
That video did get age restricted.
and my live stream when I'm done after this now. Cause it did that when I edited Ruby live.
Oh my god.
I didn't see this
Lamo.
one. I
Lane.
need to edit some videos.
Lamo. Alright, yeah, that was pretty great. I gotta admit. I'm glad that I got to see that. Nice job flying some more with you, like, recording this. Hey, you know what? If Ratchet recorded this, I might as well, you know, if he left a comment, if Ratchet left a comment, I should leave a comment too. Alright, there we go. Alright, I think with that, I can finally end it.
I'm not that overweight.
God, and some of the comments he has is just amazing.
Hallucinations.
Oh, come on.
Out-of-body experiences.
Come on.
Dangers.
I'm not that overweight.
You know, man, Ratchet wasn't the first person that I watched reactive videos, but man, he was definitely my favorite before I started. I just loved his stuff. I loved his, like, his expressions and the way that he expressed himself and his style of reacting. It was different. I think it was more chill. And I think that's what I mostly wanted to base my reactions off of, was just, you know, having that kind of chill expression and just, you know, enjoying it for what it is and not really looking to get a lot of reactions out of it. And while I do like Alex Side, I'm pretty sure I actually started before he did for reacting to videos. Not that it matters, obviously. He was also inspired by Ratchet, and
he has great reaction videos too. But I just really appreciate like Ratchet's tone and Ratchet's way of expressing himself, really. And like, it wasn't just that. I could like listen to him ramble on and on about different topics, and it would just be so engaging. I don't know. I guess just hearing him talk the way he does about the different things that he cared about. I'd listen to his vlogs like a lot, and those were some of my favorite videos. Just him sort of rambling. It was just more fun to me, and I didn't care so much about the reactions itself. And I think that's what makes a good reactor, is just getting someone that is engaging and provides good discussions and isn't necessarily, you know, you're not there just to watch the video. You're there to see the person. Anyway, I think I've said enough. I think I'm done with this for now. I'll see you guys later. It was fun, but I can't be streaming forever, especially with this cold. I gotta get better. So, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Peace out, and have some fun.